Oh, there you go. You're live now. Okay, go to YouTube. Okay. Okay. Oh, there you go. Yep, we're live.
Now I've got to go back and figure out what the.
Okay. Oh, little llama Laura's in there. We're having some technical issues here this morning there, Laura. So just kind of bear with us. Hopefully AZ Drone Dude will come back. For some reason, we're having Zoom issues. I think it is, but I'm not sure if it's Zoom or but it worked this time because you're live. So well, hopefully Dave will try the old link again or something.
Let me go back here and see what the hell it is.
Up there's AZ Drone Dude and JD. Yeah, guys, we've been having a little bit of technical issues this morning, but I think we're getting it sorted out here. I don't. Did you get an update on Zoom?
No.
I got an update this morning. Just when I shut it down, it says update available, so I updated it. So up here comes Dave. He found us. Oh, he found us. Oh no, look out!
Hey guys.
Yeah, you found us, did you?
Yeah, the new one didn't work, so I went to I don't know, I heard Paul say hopefully Dave will try the old link again, so I did that and it worked.
AZ,
Yeah, it
what
worked.
happened was normally I go down and click go live, and the slider would go across like this until it finished, and it would stall under the going live stream under the G. The line stopped there, and it wouldn't continue on.
Yeah.
It wouldn't complete the go live process. Laura, are you still a black screen or?
Oh, hang on. Is she talking about us? Okay, I'll go see. Take a look here at us. Oh, we're live now. No, no, it's working good. No.
Huh.
It's back on. It was my side playing up. Oh, okay. And JD said it looks good on his end. So
Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Well, we've been what 15 minutes, 20 minutes messing with this.
Trying to get on here this morning. Yeah.
So
yeah, Lord. Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep watching the chat. I'm going to be messing around here a little bit.
Yep. Not a problem. Yeah, guys, if you weren't here last night, you missed a hell of a good stream last night. It went on till what? Almost 10 o'clock last night here. And we had Curtis Dart on and Ron Lockwood. But Curtis Dart gave us basically lessons on using underwater drones. It was really, really good show last night. But yeah, it went on for quite a while last night, almost 3 hours. I think 6:45 till 11:45 or something. Yeah, it was a good show last night.
At 7 o'clock on Sundays I have something to do, so I had to go.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, missed a good show last night. Well, normally we don't go 3 hours, I'll tell you. But it was interesting all the way through.
Curtis was a prince last night. He explained everything.
Oh yeah. AZ Drone says you have 7 dead links. Remove them if you can. Yeah. Marcel said you did the things. Did the thing. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Marcel. Good morning.
Hey, Marcel. Hey,
Hey,
Z.
Marcel.
Gee, Marcel must. Oh, he's up early. He's in Vancouver. He's what, 2, 3 hours ahead of us. And it's only 8 o'clock here, or 20 after 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still working my end here, Paul.
Yeah. No, no problem. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. That it's got a reminder still set up for today for some reason, 8:08, but 10 minutes ago. Huh. Open link in a new tab just for the fun of it. Yeah.
And message. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back here and continue inviting. Well, Marcel, if you want to join, go up on the top and join the link. Because it stalled right in the middle when I was sending out invites to you and a few other people, so I don't know.
That other one's still live, Paul. That the chat's still live on the other one. The
Let me-
one that says waiting for Paul. So
Yeah, I'm gonna screen share, so you guys can maybe help me through this damn thing. Screen share.
first day had a low paying job. You can't have low paying jobs in Vancouver, can you? You wouldn't be able to afford to live.
Screen share. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which.
It's showing one in the other one. I put in there. I did a thing on the chat and went up, no problem. So I just said this link is dead, but it's got one waiting, which is probably me. But it's showing that
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna screen share here. Okay, here's all the bullshit.
uh,
And I don't know which one to, okay, all those that are live. So I should be able to,
upcoming. That one, yeah, you want to get rid of it.
hey, you think if I click on there, would let me delete it, or just do I have to delete each one individually? I think I need to delete.
Delete
each.
forever. Yeah. Video successfully deleted. Okay, see what happened to my end now. Okay. No, I'm still on the chat here. It's one waiting. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop screen share and I'm gonna go through and delete them all.
Okay. It just came up, Paul. Says this video is unavailable now. So that link is done. Okay. If I go up here and click on it, so no, it's not available. Okay. No, you're good. That's off now, Paul. So okay. Okay.
I still got 1, 2, 3, 4 to get rid of here.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, we're still live here on this one here. So, Team Dander, hey guys, snow day today from the snowstorm. They hit us. So here I am. Hey there, sounds like a plan. At least you came here. I should go turn the lights on so I can get. I'm just sitting here in the dark. I should go get something else to drink later on there, but well, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why I don't know why I kept stacking those up one on top of the other.
Maybe that's what was happening. They weren't completely gotten rid of or whatever. I don't know. But that would get rid of all your other streams that you had too, though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't show them on YouTube, your previous ones. But it don't matter anyways, but yeah. Well, hopefully everything's gonna work okay now. So I'll just go to YouTube and see if we're still there. I think we are. So okay. Okay. Paul Murray live 10 minutes ago. Yep. 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 We're still there. The lake is still there. Good. Okay. Yep. We're good. Okay. Just a slight technical issue this morning. Of course, it's Monday. Got to start off right, right?
Yeah, if it wasn't screwed up, it wouldn't be my live stream. So Dave, how are you doing this morning?
Well, I'm doing all right.
Good, good.
Team Danger said he popped into someone else's stream before this, and all they were doing was talking about drama. I can't stand it. So I came here. Well, we're trying not to give you too much drama. Were you around last night, Team Dancer? The stream last night? That was a good stream.
Yeah, I think I saw him.
Yep. That was good. Hopefully it was. Okay, so okay.
Hanging with JD says, this is just a comedy skit the Pauls do time to time.
Hey, JD.
If I missed any of, like JD, did you get your invite to this? Up at the top, you can join. Because I'm confused over here when I'm sent, if I email out the which one to email. So
Yeah, we've got having a little technical issues because the original link was working, not the one after, I think. But I think it was the same one, wasn't it? Just let me go up here and take a look. Okay, it's that number. Yeah, it's the same link, I think. Yeah, sure looks like it. Yeah.
well,
Mine looked
what are
different.
the last four numbers? Is it capital Z, small z, 09?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. Okay. Okay. So hang on, just meeting ID 869-1205-9786. Yeah. It's
CZ09, right?
yep. ZZ09. Yeah. And if I go back to all your things, all got ZZ09 at the end, but all the links I've had for the last few days. Yeah, passcode 9104. What's this one here? 91409. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Use the same link all the time, apparently. Huh. Yeah. 914090. 914. Yeah, 090.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We probably could try and figure that out for quite some time, Paul. And
Yeah. Got an invite at around 10 till 7 my time. Can't hop on if we're doing the work routine. Oh yeah. Yep, got an invite. Yeah, we got some weather, that's for sure.
hey, Marcel, I sent another invite to you. Let me know if you got it. It was should be dated like 8/18 or something.
Yeah. Because he said something about starting a job or something this morning, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if he got.
First day at a low-paying job, we will see today if it's worth it or not. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think JD, he's working, and
Well, we know Justin was
Marcel.
starting his training today, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah. Justin was starting his training today too.
And I think Rob had to work commercial today.
Yeah.
And Laura was in here a little while ago. I don't know if
Yeah.
she would got her issue resolved.
Yeah, I don't know. She was having a little bit of trouble. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I got the email. Okay, all right, Marcel. So it must be,
I told. Yep. Yeah. 5:27 a.m. I figured he was like 3 hours ahead of us. I went, holy crap, man. He's
Yep.
up early.
I think Marcel burns a candle at both ends pretty good.
Oh, is that a ship coming down, Paul?
Yeah, what is that? Let's see.
Where's my Google? Pure Huron.
Algoma Innovator.
Oh, okay, cool. The flag don't seem to be moving much, but you look at that smoke coming out of the stack there from the paper plates or whatever.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
going sideways.
and look at the flags too.
Yeah.
And look at the birds taking off.
Yeah. Even the clouds are moving pretty quick.
Yep.
All those clouds going by, that must be what's hitting us. Well, just to the north of us. So, because they said there's quite a bit of snow going across through there this
Laura in the
morning.
chat said that she's having a little bit of problems with her internet too.
Until my internet at home is playing up. Oh, okay.
You know, yesterday afternoon, my cable, my HD portion of my cable,
Yeah.
it kind of stopped because the TVs aren't as clear as what they were.
Huh?
I mean, it's still back to 5-7 years ago, you know, but
Yep. Yeah.
the HD portion was just like crystal clear. And
Yeah.
It's still acceptable as far as,
Watching, are they?
yeah, but it's not that crisp clear. I don't know whether the cold affected something or what.
Yeah, could be.
Hey, Curtis, good morning, my friend. Thank
Oh,
you
Curtis.
again so much, Curtis, for last evening. That was just a super seminar you put on.
I don't know. That ship seems to be moving past this morning, coming down there. Holy crap. It's just trucking right along. Now he's empty too, by the looks of it. He's sitting awful
And
high. Well,
JD says, I imagine Marcel started work on an ROV third print last night. Yeah, Curtis, you are always welcome anytime, my friend, to come in and enlighten the rest of the world about ROV or all of your experiences. I mean, you're an experienced pilot and you also dive and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Curtis is the guy that always lives life to the fullest.
Yep. That's
So
funny.
that took a bit to get online, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did. But it's funny watching your ship video, and mine's about 20, 30 seconds behind you. And I'm right up the top. That's kind of weird. But I don't see it freezing this morning like it normally has been lately. The Port Huron camp.
Yeah, no, it seems to be working a little better, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why that ship seems to be moving past this morning, but I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Well, you gotta know that he's probably doing 3 to 4 knots on his own.
Yeah,
And then the current's doing 7 knots, so that's 10 knots.
yeah.
Now, when I'm editing the ship videos, I have to keep an eye on the background because I have to try and figure out how much the drone's moving, the background's moving, and the speed and everything.
Yeah. It's funny, that being Algoma Central. I was watching a video the other day. There was a cruise ship going through the Panama Canal, but there was a ship going through there with had Algoma Central on it,
Yeah.
but it was a bigger ship. But
Well,
And
thanks
what-
again, Curtis, for giving us your time last night. He's heading to work in 10 minutes, Paul, and
oh, have a good day there, Curtis. I go to work next week, so hopefully, well, we'll see.
hopefully.
I don't know if it's hopefully or not, but
You know, the sad part of it is when you get an interruption of a schedule.
Yeah.
If it's more than a day or two, I found it throws me off.
oh yeah, just
It's like your
I'm wait-
biological clock resets or something. You know?
yeah. I'm waiting for the email from my company where we have to go out and do a dry run on the school bus. They figured later on this week, but we'll see.
Good girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm gonna throw out some peanuts real quick.
Yep, not a problem. We got control over here.
I got a whole bunch of them waiting out there.
So there's an Innovator. I saw the Intrepid on her maiden Straits voyage. Oh, or Madden Straits voyage. Maiden should probably meant to say. Yeah, the video I seen yesterday, or day before there, it was a cruise ship going through the Panama Canal, but it was just somebody on the cruise ship filming all the ships going through while they're going through one of the locks, and it had Algoma Central on it. Can't remember the name now, but because these ones here are just lake freighters. So. Yeah, that's true there, Curtis. Yeah, well, I don't know how many people we have worked through the Omicron, yeah. Well, I drive school bus, right? So we're shut down right now until the 17th, which is next Monday. I don't know, might even be extended longer. I don't know, but they're determined to get the kids back to school. So yeah, probably their teen dancer, $10 worth of peanuts just went out.
Yeah, the peanut brigade, they're out there now.
Team Dancer goes, well, there goes $10 worth of peanuts.
Yeah, they're out there.
Yep, they're there. Yeah. Like Curtis says, he wants to try FPV, but I've never had much interest. If I was going to do any of them, I think I would go with the DJI one because you can still do kind of cinematic. I'm not worried about doing flips and all that other crap and rolls and
Curtis is hilarious when he does his flip, 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 flip.
yeah, flip. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
No, I'm not either. And like you say, the DJI cinematic, although you can build one that stabilizes.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like to have a stabilized one. Yeah,
It's built into the DJI. Probably for us old guys, Paul, it's just a matter of hitting a switch, and yet you're still flying the way you normally flew all your other DJIs.
yeah. Wow, I like I like to do a little bit faster cinematic stuff, but I don't know.
I
Hey,
joined in, but I don't know what to
Marshall.
say.
Yeah.
Good morning, Marshall. Welcome, Ben, this morning.
Hey, Marshall. Good morning.
Yeah, Curtis goes, flip, 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 flip.
Flippity flip, flip, flip. uh,
Yeah. And I agree with you, Curtis, although I'm older than you are, but it's just, it's not in my cards in the future, just because
yeah.
I don't like to break and fix. I don't like to feel as though any part of it might be out of control.
Yeah.
So, but FPV pilots, they fly right on the edge.
Yeah. Did you see oh, what's his name? F-51 drones. He did a thing on Skydio, the new one.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Yes, JD, I did. The trash is out at the curb.
Yeah.
But it's like I was told Paul earlier before we went live, I didn't lug out, some boxes and stuff out of the garage. I just,
Yeah.
just, at 10 degrees out there, it wasn't, I was going to spend a lot of time outside.
I'm gonna go ahead and take off.
Okay, Dave. Hey, thanks for popping in, my friend.
Sure, I'll see you guys later.
Hey, you have a
Yep.
good day.
Bye, Dave.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my personal weekly holiday trash day is today.
Yep.
Came by this morning on the other side of the street because in if I want to get it off my curb, I take it across the street because they go down that earlier, and it was still dark out when they went by at 7:20 this morning.
Oh, there.
And I said, nah, put it on my side, because it's not, I don't have Christmas lights out and all that kinds of stuff. So,
Yeah.
okay, Marcel, you have a great day at work.
Yep.
And I know that Curtis is headed for work too.
Yeah, and JD, I think he's doing stuff online at
Yeah.
work, and who else was it? Justin there. He's doing that course this morning, so it could be quiet around here today.
Yep, could be quiet. And I don't know. We'll just have to see how it rolls.
Oh yeah, sure. I got nothing too exciting right off the hop. But tonight I got friends coming over for supper, so I may
That's
not
what
be
you,
around
yeah, you
tonight.
got your stew you made. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they're gonna come over. I didn't. Ugh.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, they yeah, he only had to work to do a job this morning, so he's a little freer this afternoon there. So he does a lot of ceramic carpet, kind of stuff. This friend of mine. I'm surprised he's still doing carpet, but he does a lot of binding. He's got a couple machines. He binds carpets, but he does a lot of stairs. Puts carpet on the stairs. He's really good at that. So, hey, Kelly, good morning. Kelly Taylor's in the house.
Hey, Kelly, how's it going? Martini bar.
Yeah.
There's the martini bar this morning. I got some customers eating breakfast over there.
Oh yeah, already this morning. Looks a little drier there now, Paul.
Yeah, like it dried up.
Yeah, well, probably the nice sunshine they have down there, warm weather. Probably didn't take much to,
Yep.
dry up. So
St. Augustine, Florida. This camera view is live 24/7. Just mesmerizes me because of the colors in it, the ambiance and everything. And, later in the day, it gets just jumping.
Yeah, and got a lot of decorations and everything else around there,
Yep. In fact, if I go back to about here, let's see what that is. That's last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yep.
It must be a popular spot there.
Yeah, it's got to be. But you notice even on the other side of the street, they had lights all up and down there. And
Got lights ringing the place. Yeah.
so, Kelly, how you doing down there in the good old Australia? It's got to be pretty early or late down there. Yeah.
Is it 13, 14 hours difference, I think,
Yeah.
from East Coast time.
So about 13 hours. You're probably looking 10, 11 o'clock at night down there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Curtis is off to work. Take care, Curtis.
Bye, Curtis. Yep. Yeah.
Dean Danzer. Yeah, he was there last night, and so was JD. And
Yeah.
but that was really interesting.
Oh, it was. Yeah. It was very interesting last night.
And he's been doing it long enough, so he's got the insights.
Yeah.
You
Oh, he said he's been doing it, what, 3 years now or something?
Yeah. And it's like if you just saw it and says, "Oh, I'd like to try that," then there's that big learning curve, But he's learned what to do and what not to do.
Oh, yeah. It's just the same as drones. You got to learn the ropes and everything else, right? So
Yep. There's my squirrely pack.
just looking at marine traffic, see what's all coming. Not,
Not a lot on the water.
uh,
It's there's a bunch of ships that were upbound.
there's Indiana Harbor should be up in a little while.
Yep. Indiana Harbor is down South Marysville.
Yeah. Yeah.
It probably is flying as far as visual, but
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, it's supposed to. I don't think it's supposed to get much warmer today either.
No, it's supposed to be 12 degrees here all day long.
It's 12 degrees here right now.
Yep.
It's supposed to be a high of 16 here, but tonight down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit.
We're supposed to maybe warm up here tomorrow, Paul, up maybe into the low 30s, but then it's supposed to go back to the deep freeze for the rest of the week.
I don't know. It's funny. I'm showing we got really cold for the next 2 days, and then it's going back up to 34, 32 for a whole week or so. But I don't know. I haven't even looked at what's a UAV forecast going to be saying here. Where is it? Oh, there it is there. Okay, let's go for the whole week. Wow, it's supposed to be windy today. Up to 40 mile an hour.
Yes.
Like tomorrow morning, it's supposed to be flyable up till about 1 o'clock, but the problem is it's going to be minus 12 degrees Celsius, minus 13. Really cold. That's all. Thursday, it's going to be flyable all day, but it's only, like minus 2 Celsius. So it's about, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not too awful bad.
Right.
Yeah, Thursday looks like a really nice day.
I
Yeah.
have to, I probably should be getting an oil change on my truck. Because I noticed the last couple of times I went down to fly, the oil pressure used to always come up to 40 right up at the top. Now,
Oh, yeah.
now it's down a little bit. So,
Oh, yeah.
and it's so cold, I don't even feel like popping the hood and checking the oil or whatever,
Yeah.
But I haven't had an oil change in a year, so.
Yeah, they probably do, for sure.
Yeah,
See,
but-
Alberta.
Go ahead.
Just, I was just looking at here in Alberta, school kids went back to school today. Huh. Yeah. I had to laugh here. There's I was watched it last night, but a news thing there, but caught on camera. The U.S. police find a live deer in the trunk of a stopped vehicle. Anyways, I'm reading the article on it. Anyways, they pulled this guy over, and anyways, they're checking the thing. They opened the trunk up. There's a live deer in the back, and what had happened? He hit the deer, and it must have knocked it out. They thought it was dead, so they threw it in the trunk of the car. They're going to take it home, but they came back alive again.
Wow. Hey, Ron, how's you doing? How are you doing, my friend?
Good.
Hey,
How are you guys doing?
Good.
all right.
That was quite a live stream last night, wasn't it?
My gosh, that was a big one.
Yeah.
There was what 9-10 people on there at one point.
Yeah, on the panel. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some pretty interesting stuff.
Well, it's
Yes.
nice to hear about different stuff too,
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's got some expensive toys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ron, what's your plan for the week? You're off for 4 or 5 days, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to pick up 3 boards today. I stopped at my friend's house yesterday, and I put his new bed together. He had ordered a what do you call it, a log bed from the Amish builder. Got it, and I pretty much put it together yesterday. I just need the 3 boards, that go across the bottom of the
Process.
box spring.
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna go pick that up for him today. But I spent a couple hours with him yesterday. He's not good.
No.
That's too bad.
I don't think his daughter is taking me seriously. When you guys look at somebody and you say, hey, they look tired or they look whatever, but it's a habit of somebody in my profession. You look at someone and I told her, I said, Laura, I see a different man than 3 weeks ago. And I said, he made me nervous walking around. He's a little dizzy. He's light, or he seems to be lightheaded and
Unstable. Yeah.
yeah. And I said, I'm afraid of him taking a fall. I don't know. And
Well, the thing of it is that you see him occasionally when you can,
right.
and versus being there all the time, there's a little changes happen subtly in their mind.
Right.
Yeah.
But you see a big difference over a period of time because you saw him here and he was this way. Now you see him here and he's totally different,
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's been 3 weeks since I've seen him.
Yeah.
I see somebody different, and
Yeah.
I
But
told her,
you're trained to notice stuff like that, though.
right. But we had a long talk about, he and I had a long talk about different things yesterday, and it sucks, but about accepting reality.
Yep.
This is the way his life is now.
Yeah.
His dreams of coming and hiking around in the woods with me. And, you know, guys, I don't know how, you know, how am I to be calling the kettle, how they said, call the kettle, whatever, but
Black, yeah.
black, yeah. You know, how would I be if you take away hunting, you take away motorcycle riding and flying in helicopter, you take that all away from me. I don't know how I'm going to accept that emotionally.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I can't be judgmental on them, but I just got to try and help them through it. I just don't know how to do it, you know.
Yeah.
He
Well, you know, as far as falling and, you know, possibly breaking a hip, it don't take much because I just went through it, you know, so with my wife, you know, so
how's she doing, by the way, Paul?
well, she has her good days and her bad days, right? So, you know, and the time of day makes a difference. Like, you know, my sister's been going about 3 o'clock this year and she's fine. She's coherent and, you know, watch a movie with her, joke with her a little bit. I go at 6 o'clock and she just zonked straight out. Like half the time she's either sleeping or just staring off into the world, right?
Right.
So, you know, the time of day seems a bit of difference. I don't know because she just ate or what the deal is, eh? So,
Is she in this facility permanently now, or?
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's pretty well in a wheelchair now all the time. Like well, she broke her hip and she's getting a little bit of therapy. They want to try and get her back to at least walking with a walker, you know, short distance so she don't seize up type deal, you know.
Right.
But I don't know if that's gonna happen or, it just all the unknown stuff, right? So
Right.
but she's either in bed or in a wheelchair. So, you know, and she's in not a specialized wheelchair, but she's in a reclining wheelchair, like, you know, so she lays back and it's got the head support and everything for her, right?
Right.
So, yeah, just a regular wheelchair, she has a hard time even sitting up in it. So then her head hurts trying to hold her head up. And yeah, it's a matter of time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So does he notice that things are different, or did he indicate to you, your friend?
Yes and no. We you know, I walked in the door yesterday and I just looked at his face. I looked at his eyes. His eyes looked more sunken in. Just his facial features looked more weak. His feet were really swollen. Which is a sign of heart failure, which is a sign of it, you know, rather. You know, he hates that. I hear it 10 times a day. Oh, I don't want to burden you. And, you know, he wants to do everything himself. I get it. And I called him on my way home yesterday and I said, hey, just call and see if you need something. And he's like, well, I got to try and get to the grocery store, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. And he goes, my feet are swollen. I can't get my shoes on. I said, I know a real easy fix to that. I said, we can take care of that in this phone call. How about we hang up? You text me what you need at the grocery store and I stop and pick it up.
Yeah.
Problem solved. You know, and, you know, he gets a little pissy with me, but you know, he's a good guy, Paul. He's got a good heart. Right now he's going through this money thing where he's just buying things left and right. And then I know what's in his mind. He wants to leave all these things for his kids. He's a coin and dollar bill collector. He has cash money from the 17 and 1800s, dollar bills. These things are huge, they're big,
Wow.
pristine. And I mean pristine. They're all in like plastic wrap, you know, in a book. And oh my God, some of his coin collections he just bought a 50-cent piece the other day, $9,000 for a 50-cent piece. Yeah. Wow.
Now, are his kids into that kind of collecting or just somewhat or no?
No.
So the things that he's going to leave behind, they're just going to, you know,
Yeah. He's got 3 daughters. One I really don't know. I've only ever met her once. The one daughter in Salt Lake, she's the level-headed one. Her and I talk sometimes once or twice a week. The middle daughter is a complete pain in the ass and it's got some issues, and she's robbed the man blind. She's constantly begging for money. She won't go out and work. She's only in her 40s. Nothing wrong with her medically. She's just lazy. And she, how I met her husband for the first time. That daughter and the good daughter, I call it the good and the bad daughter. They were there last December, January, when he got out of the hospital. They stayed there for a couple months. And the bad daughter, her and I had to come to Jesus when I met her. She walked in the door. She drove from Atlanta to Wyoming, and one of the first things she wanted was money to replenish her gas and hotel for the trip. Wait a minute, you're coming to see your father who is not doing well, and the first thing out of your mind is you want. And my girlfriend and I were there. We were there for 4 or 5 days. That's when I called them and I said, "You guys need to get here. I don't like the way he looks." We had actually discharged him from the hospital, Nancy and I, and brought him home. And I told his daughters, I said, "You got to come." So they both came, but Marcy arrived first, and she walked in the door, didn't even speak to us, nothing. Walked directly past, never met her before, didn't come in and say, "Hi, I'm Marcy, I'm Don's daughter." And then when Nancy and I went to leave, I wanted to say, "Hey, this is what you need to do. These are the directions from the hospital." And, she totally ignored me. And I said, "Hey," I had to get nasty with her. I said, "You need to pay attention to what I'm telling you." Oh, she was
piece of work. Piece of work.
But Laura and I are getting pretty tight. Whether my conversation yesterday sunk in, I did say to her, I said, "Laura, do you remember when I said to you that last December, you need to come, and this is why?" And I said, "You got there and you realized, oh, Ron's right, So I told her, I said, she has the ability she can work remotely from anywhere. She does some kind of work with the IRS, and all she has to have is a phone and a laptop. So she can come here. And I suggested that to her last night because I can't be there all the time.
Right.
So.
Well, where does she live normally?
She's in Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Okay.
Yeah. Johnny Drone Flyer.
Yeah, everybody gets wrapped up in their own lives, and they tend to dismiss elderly family members other than at Christmas time or whatever,
Yeah.
But things have changed, evolved so much from back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It just is, and I think it's been an evolution of attitude that has been spurred on by electronic age. Kids walking around staring at their phone. They're not looking at what they're doing.
I know.
People driving in cars, looking at their phone, not watching what they're doing. Yeah. And if you point out that, hey, you ought to be paying attention, they get mad. They don't just say, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
No.
I have a friend that she has a rule at the dinner table. Nobody brings a phone to that dinner table. That's family time.
Yeah.
You know, because she said, my kids used to do that. I sit there and try and eat dinner, and they're sitting there eating and staring at their phones. She
Yeah.
goes, new rule.
Yeah.
That's family time, and we
Yeah.
will talk, and we will eat dinner.
Well, I'm sure that you've seen it, like when you go to some of the national park system, you'll see young kids walking around with their phone trying to get service, it's like, and they're not, there could be a bear right behind them,
Never know. Never know.
Yeah, because I see it all the time here in the nice weather, groups of young people walking on the boardwalk down along the water. And they're not even talking to each other. Every one of them is staring at their phone.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's videos out of people, walking into a pond or like in a mall or something, or a beam or something, outside of, a signpost, and poof, because they're watching their phone so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sad part-
I knew somebody in Tilsonburg, which is just 50 miles east of here. He was watching his phone like that, walked right out in front of a transport, killed him.
Mm. It's funny that my partner I used to work with in Elko, Nevada, he lived in Reno as well, and his daughter was same thing. His daughter was on video chat with her girlfriend. She was walking across the street to the campus, walked right out in front of a car, and
Yeah, just
boom, done.
Yeah, it's sad, and statistically, they're more interested in reporting a lot of other news, but why aren't they focusing on stupid mistakes that people do in daily life that forfeits their life for no reason?
Yep.
In today's laws, it's true the pedestrians have the right of way. I don't know how many times I had a little bit of a scuffle with the lady at Walmart one day. There she was, exactly as you described, eyes glued to the phone, 4 or 5-year-old child in her hand, walked right out in front of me, and I had to slam. I mean, I'm going slow to begin with, but I had to slam on the brakes. She starts screaming at me, I have the right of way. And I said, you know what? Good parenting, lady. Let's walk first, stare at our phone, and let's
Right.
look for oncoming traffic second. Oh, she had a few choice words for me, but but come on. And I think we're probably all guilty of that. I try not to.
There's
Yeah.
the Canadian Coast Guard, Paul,
Oh,
Canadian one. Cool. There you go.
heading up, probably do some ice breaking up north.
Maybe. Yeah.
now the other side of the river is Canada, Paul, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
This is US. That's Canada.
Huh.
And that's the boardwalk I'm talking about. The young people walk up and down staring at their phones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But Paul Hodges, you're right. Yeah, there's sometimes you see on YouTube people walking around staring at the phone. They walk into a telephone pole
or something. Yeah, just
home.
the one I liked, there was a girl walking in through a mall and they had a fountain and everything else. Splash!
Oh, right in the water, yeah.
Then they get mad because that happened, right? Well, they shouldn't have had that there or something.
Yeah, Goldfish says technology is nice, but don't let it take over your life.
Yeah.
Well, at some point in time, I think they're experimenting with implantations of technology into your brain so that you can turn on and turn off technology just by thinking about it.
Really?
The one thing that scares me, and I seen it, I was just searching through this morning, but like over in China or Japan, or I think it's China, but you got robots now that look like a human and they talk like them and everything else. And I'm just going, whoa. You could say, well, what color is my hair? It'll tell you what color your hair is, and just by it'll go up and scan you and everything. I just
Yeah,
went,
you're supposed to be
"Whoa."
able to have conversations with them.
Just- yeah, just wow.
It's like we have a, I don't know if you guys have them, but we have a kind of like a Lowe's Home Depot type place. It's called Menards.
Yeah.
And they have this robotic floor cleaner. And this thing just drives around and cleans the floors.
The
And
floors, they got the same one here. Yep.
irritating as hell. Oh my God. And then, you come around an aisle and there it is, and it'll stop and it's like the thing's staring at me. It's just,
Well, you would think that they would add kind of a calming voice to it, and it would say something like, "Well, excuse me if I'm in your way. Just
yeah. But every employee I've talked to about that thing, they absolutely hate it. They hate it.
No
Um,
kidding.
Oh yeah, every employee. I haven't heard one employee's, plus I'm the same coach.
except for probably the person that's their job where they used to have to hand mop the aisles.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, maybe on one side, but the other side is, it's taking someone's job away too,
Yeah.
But and I've been watching just fairly recently, lawnmowers are autonomous.
Oh,
Yeah.
They
geez.
just go up and cut the grass. You don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, they're pricey. But
Oh yeah,
you can get a lawnmower now that looks like a pod. It's got two wheels on the back and one wheel on the front that pivots. And it does just like the Roomba does. It goes and docks and charges up. And then you program it to mow the lawn, and it sees everything. And if something gets in the way, it goes around it.
yeah.
I'm gonna go check and see if my little trespassers are here this morning. Be right
There
back.
you go.
Well, 308. No, 308's too big. No.
Yeah, those autonomous lawnmowers. But I don't know how. If you have a fenced-in yard, how does that work? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's all run off of GPS, so it'll go right down the edge of the fence, I imagine. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of
Let's say, like, I've got a fence from the backyard to the front of the house.
yeah.
So how is it going to go from the backyard once it gets done there? Plus, what does it do with the little love bombs that the animals leave in the
Oh,
backyard?
just chew them up, I guess. And does that open the gate to go from the backyard to the front yard?
Yeah.
Well, it's all run off GPS, so.
Yeah.
But I was looking at a stand-up lawnmower, just like a zero turn,
Yeah.
but it's a stand-up, and you can use it as that or autonomous, or you can just go along with it, set the course, and then just let it go.
Oh yeah.
Like-
Technology is just changing just about everything.
And guys that do commercial landscaping, they can get this thing in there and have it all set up, let it run, and then one guy goes around and does all the weed whacking while the machine's cutting the grass.
Yeah.
So instead of needing 2 or 3 people, you only got one.
Yeah.
So are they out there this morning, Ron?
Not yet. I went out and just rattled the corn, for about a minute, and if they're around, they'll start coming. You got to have consistency. I mean, like I said, I haven't been here for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So,
Have you got outdoor cameras there?
no,
Yeah.
I just bought a little indoor camera. I'm gonna keep here at the house.
Well, the thing of it is, Ron, you've seen my cameras.
Yeah,
They're the little Wise cameras, and they're waterproof and everything else. And you just hang it out there. All you got to do is get power to it, and you put in an SD card, and you can go back and look at things. And it's just they're just about this big. They're just little square things.
really.
Yep, they're called Wise Cam, WYZE.
I don't think I have any external power.
Well, and they also make 20 or 30 foot cords that you can actually run it if you don't have a plug outside.
Right.
Run it underneath a window or something, or into the house and plug it in.
Yeah. I probably could do that and run it under the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's nice about it is once you set it up, Ron, you can access it from, as long as you got internet, you can access it from work.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got bought this one. It's called Mercury. I bought it at Walmart.
Uh-huh.
It's a little gadget here,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and it has motion tracking. You can set it up to when
Yep.
it sees motion, it'll
It'll
move to and it'll follow.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And you can also set, I think, notifications on there. If it
yep.
picks up,
Mhm.
it'll notify you on your cell phone.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, just quickly, that ship going by right now.
Yeah.
Look at all the birds right there in the water, right in front of it.
I've been watching them. There must be some fish, some small fish out there, because there's a line of birds. See them?
Yeah. See the black
Oh.
line?
Wow. That's all birds.
Yep.
That's all birds. Yeah, I watching them. They were circling around, then they come in and landed again.
What type of ship is that?
That's a Canadian Coast Guard icebreaker.
Yeah.
Oh,
But look at all the birds. Holy mackerel. Wonder what kind of birds they are, though.
I don't know.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
ducks. They're ducks.
And are they ducks or are they?
Yeah, but I could stop watching the quick wings. They're the way they're doing,
Yep.
unless they're mergansers or something. But I don't know.
There they go.
Yep. See, they're gonna go fly around across front of that
Whole
ship.
swarm of 'em, yep.
You can always watch them. They're acting like a duck. Like,
yeah. Look at holy cow.
look at them come. Holy mackerel! Look at them all. Just black.
Yep.
Whoa. Yeah, they got to be some kind of duck or what? They're
Some
mergansers.
kind of a water bird.
Look at them right in front of that ship. Wow. Guys. Look, there's got to be a couple thousand there.
I always like up in Alaska, the every night, like I said, after we eat dinner, I have the deckhands run me back out to that little island out in the bay, and I sit out there, and it's a real shallow area, but there's just like thousands of little feeder fish in there, and you see the birds come in starting to swoop, and then all of a sudden it's like, yep, the whales will be next, and sure as hell. Yeah, I just love watching them.
Yeah, birds are something to watch, that's for sure. We have a couple of peregrine falcon nests up in the bridge. The bridges that go between the US and Canada.
Right.
And they're hunting along there all the time too.
I hear my one neighbor's dog barking, and that usually means that they're coming through the neighborhood. Let me go see if that rattle worked.
Okay.
Yeah, to be curious.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to have to get a camera for that then.
Yeah, I would think a couple cameras outside would be cool.
Mhm.
Or
So I
get
take-
one, or get one that pans, but even a permanent mount one is good.
He could even take that one there, mounted inside, so it just scans inside the window, like,
Yep.
just take a look outside, right? Yeah, Johnny Donefly was in there this morning too, was he? Oh,
Yep.
yeah, cool.
I don't know.
Yeah. I like that. Those had to be ducks, but they're a small duck, probably bluebills. I bet you what that was.
I don't know, but they sure were in a swarm, weren't they?
Well, see, they'll go down. Bluebills will come down just ahead of the freezing, right?
Yep.
So it's probably frozen a little more north than that. They're coming down.
Now, do they continue to work themselves further south, or,
Well, they don't go that far south.
They're
because-
not a big migrating bird.
No, they just go ahead of the freezing, right? They keep
Yeah.
going farther south. until they still have open water. They don't go way south or anything like that. Not like snow geese or even, well, Canada geese even hang around now, even when it's cold and frozen.
Not yet. It'll
Not
probably
yet.
take a couple of days to.
To let them know you're there.
Mhm.
Maybe you need to get one of those big dinner bells that hanging out there. Ding 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 ding.
You know, the funny thing of it is, you can probably train them to do that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, that my neighbors told me, he said, just go out there with a container with the corn and just shake it. And
Yeah.
the first time I did that, they were probably 100 yards out behind me, and they all turned around and boom, they literally almost ran at me. Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
there's about 15 of them.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people just they see animals as lower creatures, but some of them are pretty darn smart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Lynn's German Shepherd. He's
Like I don't. Yeah, what's it like around there, Ron? Like, do they normally go during the day and go lay down someplace? They're morally
Yeah,
up at night.
it's hot out though, but during the winter here, I've been noticing they're walking around all over all day long.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty wooded neighborhood, a lot of pine trees and stuff. But yeah, they're
Well, I would
walking around.
imagine food is pretty scarce with the snow and everything, right?
Yeah.
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 You see who's in the chat there, Paul? Ron.
Oh, Ron, how you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, another Ron. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I've been here.
Yeah. No, Ron 9X or NX. No,
Oh.
N9XY. L, yeah, NXYL. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got 562 subscribers now.
What am I up to? I think.
So how you been, Ron? Hope everything's good.
It's funny. I'm watching the chat on Stream Time Live about that Canadian Coast Guard. It says it's going to go do ice breaking up in Indiana Harbor, but why would a Canadian one do Indiana Harbor?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't.
Strange. Well, let me see where it says it's headed.
Oh, okay. I just kind of.
Destination. It just says ice ops.
Yeah, ice ops. But somebody on here said going to Indiana Harbor, so I don't know how they know, but.
Or maybe to assist the Indiana Harbor. The Indiana Harbor went upbound.
Oh, okay. 1 hour to Indiana Harbor. Says I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. Indiana Harbor. The Indiana Harbor was at anchor.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not there anymore.
Oh,
Oh, the Indiana Harbor is upbound. That's the one we were looking at that's south of Marysville.
oh, okay. Oh, but he's going the opposite way.
Yeah, he's headed north for ice. When you look at marine traffic and you put it on there, it says destination ice ops.
Yeah.
And it's doing 10.3 knots. So
Yeah, the Griffin, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know I shared this with you guys last night, but I'll show you again. But take a look at this elk carcass. This thing is only about 4 hours old. What's left of it?
Yeah, it's amazing, eh? How quick they can
Yeah.
make short work of that,
There's just
Yep.
a couple little clips I gathered on my trip to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Look how hard it's snowing that day. That eagle was sitting up there, and these bison just sweep back and forth, pushing the snow, trying to find food.
Yeah. That's just amazing, all covered in snow and that, but it's not melting off of them.
There's
Look,
one.
look, that's about 4 hours old. What's left
Wow.
of that carcass? Those coyotes are going to town.
Oh, yeah. Was there only a couple there or what?
There were only like 3 or 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right after the.
But the wolves were there too earlier, weren't
They
they?
were. That's what I didn't get a photo of. That's when those knuckleheads come down
Yeah.
there and scared them off.
Oh, Ron says he hasn't been on YouTube much because he's working 70 hours a week.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Yeah, Ron, both Rons.
Yeah.
So when do you go back to work, Ron?
Friday.
Friday?
How many days in a row then?
5.
Yeah.
Then I go home, I think, for 9. I think.
Oh, yeah. That's quite a bit of time off in between jobs.
Yeah.
9 days.
I'm thinking about a part-time job again. I quit my other one. It's too far. It's over 3.5 hours, and my boss tried to get me to stay, but hey, Jackie, I said, it's 3.5 hours. If you paid me what I make at my full-time job, yeah, maybe, but I can't. I don't know.
Well, what's right around there that you would have an interest in that's close to home?
I'm gonna look
Sorry,
this week.
I'm not sure.
Ooh,
That was
is that
Alexa.
Alexa? I'm thinking like a bartending. I was at dinner with some friends at Red Lobster not long ago, and the manager was my friend. They were friends with the manager, and she came down and sat and talked to us, and somehow the subject of jobs came up, and she said, "Hey, you want a job?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think you could pay me." She goes, "Trust me, you wouldn't believe what our waitresses make." She said between the salary and the tips, their average is right around 30 plus an hour. I'm like, really? I'm like, Like, well,
Yeah, but the only thing is you get tired after a while wearing those high heels.
I would, yeah, I would. Feet
But
get
yeah,
sore.
you wouldn't have much downtime like you do with the playing,
No,
nothing's happening. There you'd just be going all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Stella, thanks for stopping in. Take care.
So any of the kind of stuff that you do, nothing around that area hiring or,
No,
closer
I
to
don't know.
home?
That's one thing that you sacrifice when you come to an area like this. A lot of your resources things change. If I want to go to a major like department store, or like I said, like a Lowe's or Home Depot, things like that, I've got to travel to Gillette. Gillette is about 35 minutes away.
Yeah.
Right here, thank goodness, I've got a grocery store. I can see it out my back window. There is a car wash right here in this little community. There's a bar. I think that's it. Now, if I go 10 miles into the little town of Moorcroft, it opens up a little more. Got a pretty good sized convenience store. It's a big like truck stop convenience store. They have a lot of stuff there. There's a liquor store. I found a gym. It's a good old boys place at $12 a month. It's a bunch of donated equipment, but there is a kind of a makeshift hardware store. That's about it.
Yeah. Huh.
But then you got to go into Gillette, and
Yeah.
again, that's the nearest airport for me too. It's about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I used to be 15 from Rapid City.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as jobs, yeah, I might just do some research, and I'd like to find something non-medical. I don't want to be a greeter at Walmart or anything, but I don't think I've got the patience for that. So I
No,
don't
you have
know.
to have a lot of patience for stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I thought about like Cabela's or something like that, but they have some pretty stiff requirements as far as their hours. You know, certain you got to work so many weekends and
Yeah.
X amount of things like that. I'm like, I just don't have that time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because your primary job, you could have to do overtime or whatever. So a hard schedules would be hard for you.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there wasn't something around there, it's like that you could do and make money, but not be on a schedule,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I worked enough last rotation and I wouldn't surprise me, and he's done it before, when the boss sees that, okay, this certain person here just got how many hours of overtime?
Yeah.
And then they contact, but on the same token, okay, we're short. We got
Yeah. Sure.
one
Yeah.
girl, she's out on for 3 months. And we normally staff 4 full-time medics and a part-timer. Well, we're down 1.5 people right now.
So
So-
somebody's got to pick the slack up.
Somebody's got to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
And it's when it's summertime and it's nice out. Yeah, I don't pick up that time as much, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do in the dead of winter? I don't know. I might put it as I'm still on the fence whether I want to go to that Florida drone meetup or not.
Yeah.
I was sitting there trying to figure it out. You're probably looking at about $1,000 just to go
Oh,
down there. Between the hotel, the airfare, rental car. It's
Well, that's the way I looked at, it's like you got to have a lot of expendable income to travel today. It's
Yeah.
like I remember one of my marriages. We went to Hawaii for 10 days
mhm.
on the honeymoon, and that was back in the 70s, and that was almost 8 or 9 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And today, you multiply it by 4, it's like, and yeah, I have the memory of it, but
yeah. Yeah. That's it. You don't have anything to show for it.
Yeah.
But and the funny thing to me is I want to go on an Alaska cruise. I've always wanted to go. Yeah, I can go for $600-700. It's take an inside cabin, which is not a big deal to me. But it's $1,200 to fly there and back. I can go on a whole cruise ship for like $600-700 for a week, but for a 4-hour plane ride, it's going to cost me $1,200, right? So
Wow.
yeah.
You know what I've gotten, Paul, and I use it every day. I have two credit cards I use. One's United and one's Alaska. And I think my United, I think I'm almost enough. My flight to Florida might be pretty cheap. I don't know if I got enough for a full flight, but my Alaska one, I've been just using the daylights out of. But if you get an Alaska Airlines credit card,
Yeah.
the special they've been running for the last couple of years, you get it and you have to use, I think it's just $1,000 over 3 months. And when you sit and think about it, if you use it for gas, for
Yeah.
groceries, whatever, you get, I think it's up to 40,000 points. My last trip to Alaska a year and a half ago cost me $11 in taxes.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So yeah, if you get that card, you damn near have enough points to almost do a trip.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, look into that.
there's an airline that runs from Hamilton to Abbotsford out in BC at quite a reasonable price, but to go from there to the where the terminal dock is can probably cost you quite a bit too. Like, because Abbotsford's outside of Vancouver by 100 miles or something, right?
Right.
So you still have to find another way to go 100 miles.
Mhm.
So
Justin's starting his job today.
like,
Training.
training today, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's online, I would imagine, because they were gonna do it online, weren't they, Paul?
Yeah, they're gonna do it online for 3 days or something like that.
And then he gets field training.
I think he's gonna be a gas sniffer, I think is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, a gas service technician of some kind.
Well, he just goes around if they got potential leaks or something, he goes around and they check to see, he's got a thing that they check for leaks. So I think that's what it is.
Natural gas, yep.
Just reminded me of something. Thank you. I've got to get my gas company. When I became a new customer, they wanted me to do come out and do a gas leak check. And I told the guy that I've been away so much. I said, when I come home, there we go. I'd call them and they just come out. It's a free service. They come out and just check all your stuff and make sure there's no leaks anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, they want to come and change my gas meter apparently. So because it's getting, I don't know, 10 years old or something. They want to change it.
Mhm.
well, all the gas meters that don't transmit information are not hooked to the internet now. They've been swapping those out, even out in the rural areas where they don't have to send remember they used to have meter readers used to go.
Yep. Yeah, we still got them here.
No, we don't have them anymore for gas or electric.
Or we have a just below my hydrometer is a thing for reading the water meter, which is in the basement here, right? They just go by and this guy still walks by, but he just goes up, taps it, and then walks on to the next house. So,
All of the metered, the water, the gas, and the electric are all done off-site now.
well, our hydro's done off-site now too. We got those smart meters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny because I had my police scanner. I had it up here, and I was trying to Bluetooth it upstairs, so I'd had a speaker upstairs so I could hear it. But I was having a hell of a time trouble with it, and I finally figured out. Well, just on the other side of the wall is that new smart meter, and it was screwing it up. I moved it, and everything worked fine. Because it wasn't like I was trying to go across the house. It was only going up, not even 8 feet, and it was having a hell of a time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a smart meter.
Yeah, it was a good live stream last night.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, really
Very,
good one.
very informative.
Yeah, a lot of good interaction and
Yeah.
that's what I like to see,
I think that Indiana Harbor, Paul, is going to be putting in for fuel.
Mm.
He's down to 4.8 knots now.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
So Paul, this is only a couple minutes from your house.
What's that? This?
Yeah.
About if I'm south of the bridge, it's about 4-minute drive, and north of the bridge, about a 3.5-minute drive.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. It's about an hour drive for me. And I can be on the other side and wave at Paul.
Yeah, I'd say he's putting in.
Yeah. Oh, he probably is going in for fuel. So
I thought about doing some live streams, but I still need 2 more people. I had 503 about a week ago, Now I'm back down to 498 again. It's like, am I ever get? Because I guess at 500 you can live stream from your phone.
Oh, is it 500 now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm already subscribed, so can't help you.
Or if you get Zoom, you just, I think it's $19 a month, unlimited.
What you mean, YouTube?
On Zoom.
Oh, on Zoom.
You can get free Zoom too, but I think it still takes some kind of a subscription, like $4 or $5 or $6.
Oh, really?
Well, I didn't know you could live from just Zoom. I thought you had to go through YouTube.
Well, you select YouTube, or you can select down at the bottom, Paul.
Yeah.
You can select what you want: YouTube, Facebook, 3 different platforms.
That'll be Twitter and all them. Yeah.
Yeah,
TikTok maybe.
flip flop.
Mhm. Or flippity flip flip.
He's funny when he does that.
Uh,
And once you get above 500, they said you can get what they call community tab.
There's the Indiana Harbor right there.
yeah.
And I think it's going in along here. I'll change it over to satellite so you can see where the different docks are. Here's the fuel docks.
Yeah.
Here, there's fuel docks here. There's fuel docks up here. But I would imagine he's headed for this fuel dock right here.
Yeah, probably.
Because now he's down to 3.5 knots. So he's going to sonder on over here, I'm thinking.
So you want to live stream from your drone or Ron or what?
Just in my phone, if I'm in certain areas, if I got a bunch of deer out in the yard and
Yeah.
or out, somewhere. Like the one day I was in good cell phone service coming out of Yellowstone, and there was probably 50 elk standing right alongside the road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
kill
so
people
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have an interest in doing anything like this, a daily
Yeah.
channel or anything like that.
Yeah. Somebody just sent Ron something.
Yeah, that was Neil. Said,
Yeah.
Here's my messenger. Yeah, he sent me. You can go live YouTube mobile with 50 subscribe. Community tab is unlocked at 500. Yeah, well, I got to get to 500.
Yeah, I'm not there either. I don't know. This is here, start. No setup required. Use your existing webcam for easy to go live. Well, my webcam is being used. I won't be able to go to it right now, but it says here, just going off my desktop. But,
Well, Ron, do you have a lot of YouTube videos or photos files online?
Oh yeah, I've got like 150 videos.
Somehow you got to promote those so you can get views.
Yeah, I was on with a friend the other day on his thing, and he's like, "Hey, let's push Ron's channel." And then within 5 minutes, I went from like 492 up to like 505. I'm like, "Holy cow, I did it!" And he did tell me, he said, "Just be prepared. In the next day or so, you may drop back down." And sure as hell, I did.
Yeah.
I was at over 500 for about half a day, and then it dropped back down. I guess YouTube does that. I don't know. But
Oh yeah, the numbers fluctuate up and down.
yeah,
no,
I'm
yeah.
at 498.
498. Like I said, I can't help you because I'm already subscribed. So
Yeah.
I don't know how
Let me
many
take
I
one
got.
more peek and see if my little trespassers are here.
I got 417. Wee. Yeah. Well, I don't put much content out though. That's the problem.
Well, that's that my numbers, I'm at 2,570. But that's because of my ship videos.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and yeah, because you put them out all the time though, Paul,
Yeah,
too. Like, so,
Exactly. So I'm putting them out, and you get a notoriety that there's people from all over the world that watch my ship videos. And every
Yeah.
time they do, it clicks them. And
oh yeah, I forgot about.
some of them subscribe if they like it,
Yeah. Yeah, I got to go to London, don't I? Forgot all about it almost. 87 Knightsbridge in London with a coming soon sign. Oh, well, I'll get there. That's over off Wonderland. Geez, I could go into Home Depot or Lowe's or something there today.
go do some shopping.
I could. It's something to do, but then again, I don't want to be too long because I want to go see Bonnie this afternoon, maybe right after lunch. Try that, see if that's any better. But my sister seems to think about 3:00 is about a good time to go. So I might even wait till then to go. Because she said she has usually a good visit with her about that time. So
Yeah, I probably should go and get an oil change. I usually get an oil change where you drive in and you sit in your car and they change your oil and you drive back out again.
yeah.
Simply because Mia goes with me everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go someplace where they want you to go to a waiting room because
Yeah. Well, and the thing I hate those drive-throughs because down here they try to upsell you. Oh, gee, you need your rear end fluid change. You need transmission fluid. Oh, you need a fuel filter. You need, trying to upsell everything, right?
yeah.
When I was in California, the local news did one of those investigations, and they had all these tiny little cameras all, underneath the vehicle. And oh my God, you wouldn't believe it was at a Jiffy Lube. And the one in particular though, they caught them saying, hey, they did this, or you need this or need that. And you got to watch
They
them.
did, and they sold it but didn't do it, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Well, the one thing that bothers me is that every one of them, they'll pull the dipstick on the transmission, right? And they'll look at it and they say, oh, it's a little dark. You need to have a transmission flush. No, I don't. Because if you go look at transmission, you should never change your transmission oil unless you have a leak or if you've had service done on it.
Right.
Well, and how do they change the oil when it's in the torque converter?
Yep.
They can't get all the oil out of it. All they can do is get what's in the pan out. That's all they can get.
Right.
The torque converters, there's what, 2-3 quarts or better in a torque converter. They can't change that.
No, but they'll tell you they can.
Yeah.
One of the worst in California. Well, I was actually in Reno. My girlfriend had bought a brand new car. She had, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 miles. It wasn't much. But she had a tire pressure sensor fault. And she was living with me part-time. She lived in Sacramento, but she was working in Reno. That's where she got her first job out of nursing school. But the funny thing with that whole story was she said, hey, she worked nights, so she came to my house and slept during the day. She said, could you take my car to the local, it was a Hyundai dealer. What I had forgotten was the general manager was soon to be her brother-in-law. Or, right? Wait a minute. Brother-in-law or nephew? Anyhow, her brother, Michelle's brother, very, very prestigious physician in the Reno area. He ran 7 fertility clinics, extremely wealthy man. He had a 25-year-old daughter. And this general manager of this dealership was 52, was engaged to his daughter.
Ooh.
So Michelle's brother hated, there's nothing he can do. His daughter's over 18, but hated this guy. And the funny thing is I went to this dealership and they said, yeah, this thing's under warranty. I took her car in. At the time, I was dealing with a pretty serious medical problem, and I'm in the waiting room and I'm on the phone with a couple doctors, and my head was not there for a couple weeks. But the maintenance guy, service guy come in and said, hey, blah, 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 something about the oil change. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Well, when everything was done, the bill was like $300 and some. I'm like, what the hell happened? What did you do? Well, they did one of those things called kind of like a flush, where they empty all your oil. They put in this cleansing system, run the car for like 20 minutes, drain that all back out, and then put fresh oil. And I'm like, what in the heck did you guys do? His exact words were, my top mechanic, who I trust exclusively, said that was the dirtiest oil he's ever seen. I'm like, really? I said, she doesn't have that many miles on it. And he goes, that's what he told me. I'm like, okay. I said, I guess I got to go scold my girlfriend about taking better maintenance care of her car. So I get back home, she's just waking up, and I'm like, hey, we got to talk about you taking care of your car. She goes, oh no. She runs outside, gets in her glove box, pulls out. She goes, look at this. Oil was changed the day before in Sacramento. I'm like, son of a gun. So the next morning, we go marching down to the dealership just as they're opening up. And the guy that was behind the counter was the same guy from the day before. And I walked up in front of 4 other people in line, and I looked at all 4 of them. I said, you don't want to get your service done here. I said, because these people are going to rip you off. And the guy goes, excuse me? I said, do you remember me from yesterday? I said, we need to talk. And I got loud, a few bad words came out. Well, then the service manager come out and said, what is all this going on out here? He goes, sir, calm down. You and your girlfriend come into my office. So we walked in with the receipt from the place in Sacramento and the receipt from the day before, where they said the dirtiest oil ever. This service manager was such a jackass, and his exact words to me, he said, well, if your girlfriend was a little more diligent on the maintenance of her vehicle, we wouldn't be sitting in here right now. And that's when I get up and started to launch across the desk, and thank God she grabbed a hold of me. But as it turns out, I'm like, you know what? Fine. I walked out, and I told her, I said, you go home, go back to my house, you go to bed. I promise I will behave, but I'm going out to the showroom. Then she reminded me that the general manager of the whole dealership was soon to be her nephew. And then reminded me about how much her brother hated this guy. So I went out to one of the salesmen, and I asked him, I forget what the guy's name was, but I said, when is he due in? They said around 9 o'clock. I said, get him on the phone. Tell me, best hurry. You might want to come in early because my next phone call is going to be to the local news station. So this guy comes in the door, and here's what I find ironic. He comes in the door. The salesman walks up to him and said, that guy wants to talk to you. So he comes over and he says, sir, come on into my office. So he says, tell me what happened. What's the problem? And I explained the whole story to him. And I said, well, what we need to do is to get the service manager from Sacramento, the dealership where she had her oil changed yesterday or 2 days ago. And let's bring your maintenance guy out here and let's all go kumbaya and have a nice little discussion. He goes, well, that's not how I handle problems. And then he looked at me and he said, Ron, where do I know you from? I said, not important. I had met him before. I just totally forgot about it. He must have asked me 3 times during that conversation, where have I met you before? So finally I gave in. I said, you do know Michelle? He goes, yeah. I said, I'm Michelle's boyfriend. I said, we met at blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden he asked for his secretary to race in there. He goes, go to the petty cash box and get Mr. Lockwood his 300 and some dollars back. So in other words, he realized, they knew, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, service places are known to places like Jiffy Lube and that. One of the things they did in that investigation was managers are required to make a minimal amount on each, even though you just come in and say, hey, I just want my oil changed. But they are instructed to try and make your bill be, instead of 60, it's 90. You know, because that's how they try to sell you this, sell you that. Hey, you're low on,
Upsell.
you know, like that one guy did for that joke he played on his daughter. I don't know if you ever heard that on YouTube, but they had a service manager call his daughter. The dad set this all up and said that she needed like halogen fluid for her headlights. Yeah, your halogen fluid's low. Oh, okay, go ahead and put some of that in.
No, too.
Girl didn't know any better. But
I had back quite a few years ago. Oh, hang on. That's okay. But anyways, I had a Pontiac Fiero. I bought it new,
I remember those,
and
yeah.
and I always took it into the dealership for oil changes and service all the time, right?
Right.
Well, back in those days, the warranty was only good for 60,000 kilometers. Okay, I was about 68,000 kilometers. I was in for an oil change, and the guy told me, he says, "Oh, you need your top ball joints on both sides are gone. They need to be replaced." I go, "What? Like we're talking, 30,000 miles, and I got ball joints that are gone. That just don't happen. Sorry, No, the mechanic says, come on in. I'll show it to you." He goes in there and he grabs it, goes bang, 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 bang. They're shot. I go, "What the hell's going on here?" He said, "Well, they haven't had grease on them since they were new." I went, "Thank you." I walked back into the service counter. I said, "Oh, yeah, you can put ball joints up, but you guys are paying for it." He goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Pull up my service records. I paid you for lube, oil, and service." And so anyway, he goes, "Well, what the problem is, there's such a deep dish wheel, you have to take the wheel off in order to get grease fitting." Not my problem. I paid you for that service.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So he goes in, sees the general manager or whatever, and he comes back, "Oh, okay, we'll pay for half, but you pay for the other half." I said, "No, I shouldn't have to take any money out of my pocket right now and put ball joints in that vehicle because I paid for that service." And so anyway, he goes, "Nope, they wouldn't do it." So we come to an impasse. He said, "What do you want to do?" I put the wheels back on. He goes, "What?" I said, "Put the wheels back on." "Well, we can't be responsible if something happens." I am not asking you to be responsible to do it. So I put the wheels back on and paid for the oil change. And so anyways, I went home, called the GM zone office up, and I started reaming their ass out. I said, "This is bull crap. I paid for this. I got records of it. They have records of it and everything else, right? Oh, give us 20 minutes. Oh, about 15 minutes later, the dealership called back. "Do you want to bring your vehicle in? We're going to do put new ball joints in it." So, so they end up doing it anyways because I ended up calling the GM zone office and screaming bloody murder, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You gotta watch.
you just never know. You never know.
Well, and the thing is, I paid for lube, which is greasing it, right? So, yeah.
There was a place in Rapid City I used to go to that, and you got to watch, a lot of these places, they hire these kids that, it's Friday night, I got a date afterwards. This kid put 8 quarts of oil in my truck. It holds a max of 6. And, the thing that bothered me is the kid never noticed it that changed the oil. The guy at the service counter when he went to give me my bill, and I noticed, I'm like, well, this is because I use synthetic oil.
Yep.
And it was a lot more than what it normally was. And I'm like, something's not right here. I said, let me see this bill. So then he showed me, he said, blah, 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 8 quarts of oil. I'm like, whoa, really?
Eight quarts. Yeah.
And I said, so both the kid working on my truck and you, I said, are stupid enough, and those are my exact words, that you didn't take recognition to this. I said, I drive out of here, who knows how long it'll take. You're going to blow all the seals in your engine, putting, that much more extra oil in your vehicle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so they agreed to take it back down. So in other words, I said the kid never checked his work. Then the kid was all pissed off because he had to stay late. So he has the hood of my truck up, puts it on the lift, runs my truck up the lift, smashed the hood into the ceiling.
Oh,
That's when Ron had his meltdown.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they had to pay to fix. And then here's what bothers me the most. I was so angry that I wanted to talk to the owner, and they said, well, he's on a hunting trip. And I said, well, when's he back? They said like 2-3 days. And I said, we're going to have a discussion. After all that, he tried to ease my mind with, he's like, well, Ron, I'll give you a little break on the oil change today. He gave me the dealer discount for the air filter that I had changed to $1.
Huh.
Really? You're going to insult me after all that, and you're going to give me $1 off? I said I could walk away before I hurt somebody. Yeah, be
that's
careful
crazy.
going to, they don't, I understand from a safety standpoint, they don't want people in the shops, but a lot of these places that you go in and, they have a waiting room, and I sit there and I stare through the window. I watch them, because I'm touchy about my truck, but.
So did they put too much oil in it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They put 2 quarts too much in there. That will destroy an engine.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then, once you blow the seals and you're blowing oil all over the road, how do you know why did that happen?
Yep,
You know?
yep.
But the average person would go in there and say, oh, thank you. And, drive out there and never look at your receipt or.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Well, you expect them to know what they're doing.
Yeah. I just don't do it myself because the place I lived at before, I would have spilled any oil on that driveway or in that garage, that
yeah.
would have got me. But I could probably do it now, but it is convenient,
Yeah. Well, I got not a friend, but he's sort of a friend, but he's got a garage. He does repairs. He did the brakes on my truck, and I take it in for oil change. But that's all I want. I want a new oil and filter, and he'll go around and check the ball joints and stuff like that too a little bit. But he doesn't try and sell me an air filter or freaking windshield wiper blades, or he's not pushing. Just go in there, just does what I want, and that's it.
You still have that Pontiac Fiero?
No. I missed that thing. No.
Oh, they were neat little cars, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were neat. Wow.
I had, we got a place up just between here and London. It's called Glenworth Curve. It's kind of an S curve, but it's quite big, but it's quite kind of sharp sometimes too. I used to come through there all the time, and all of a sudden my check engine light would come on. And what the heck's that about? So anyways, then I go to the dealership and they check it and they couldn't find anything wrong. But anyways, it did several times. They thought, well, maybe we're going to have to change the computer or something on it because they couldn't figure what was wrong. But they ended up, what was happening, going around the curve because the car stayed flat, all the oil would go over to one side like that and it would suck a bit of air and then throw the check engine light on because they had no oil.
Oh, jeez.
So they had to take the pan off, put a baffle in it, and then put it back up into place. It was a recall.
Wow. So
But
you
they-
weren't the only one that was having that issue.
Oh no! Like even going on the 401 to the ramp, you got a sharp ramp like that. You're just giving it gas going there. All of a sudden, check engine light would come on.
Wow.
Guys, I better skedoodle. Get the
Yeah, I
day
think
started.
I think we're gonna call it. Paul's got places
Yep.
to go, and
Yeah, I got to go. Actually, I got to go to London and put a sign up. So
yeah, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again next time. So